If you do not like the way you look in the mirror, if you do not like the way your body is formed, if you do not like the way that you talk or your posture or any of that, you need to sit back and bring those issues to God. It is not normal to second guess yourself, second guess your looks, second guess all of that, because God has intentionally made you that way for a reason. You are saying that God made a mistake about yourself, when in reality, He did not make a mistake. He made you intentional like that for a reason. You are drawn to the right people, the right crowd, the right spouse, the right family, the right church, the right community because of the way you are intended to be. If you are still at a place in your life where you are hating the way you look, the way you are, you need to have a conversation about it with God. You need to bring it back to God and say, God, I need you to heal me in those specific areas of what it is that you are struggling with. For the longest of time, I used to hate the way I looked. I would compare myself to other girls. I would compare my body, the way I looked. And God had told me, He says, Stevie, I did not call you to be like those other girls. You are not meant to be like them. You are meant to be the way I had called you to be. You are intentional for a reason. God says it in His word. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. So as you sit back, as you are watching this video, I want you to take time out of your day, take 15 minutes and spend time with God and ask Him, what areas are you struggling with and needing to fulfill those voids in you? If you are bringing it back to Him, you are going to see the results. But it starts with a conversation. It starts with the addressing in those areas. Was it something that someone has said that hurt your feelings? Was it something that someone has said that, you will never get the right job opportunity, the right husband, just the way you look? That is a lie from the pits of hell, from the devil. And I want you to know that. And your identity should always be in Christ. What God says about you matters. Not what your friends, not what your family, not what your pastor has to say, not what your priest has to say, not what anybody has to say, your boss, nobody but the Lord. That's why it's important to spend time with Him daily, to get to know Him as your Father, get to know Him as your provider, get to know Him as your spouse. God is your creator. He loves you so much, and He does not want you to take everybody else's advice on how you look or any of that. He wants you to take His advice, because His advice for you will always be fulfilling, not what everybody has to say. If you are wanting to change the way you look, get plastic surgery, I'm saying this out of the love of my heart and through Christ, that is not normal. That will never fulfill the voice in your heart. You may think getting a nose job or getting lip fillers or Botox is going to change and make you feel more satisfied. It will change some things, but it will never satisfy your soul. It will never satisfy any areas of your life. Maybe your looks, but it will always be temporary. It will always be temporary. I used to think that, I wanting to get this done would always fulfill a void in me. It never will. Me buying a bunch of stuff just to make myself look good, it will never fulfill a void in me. The only way I can fulfill that void in me is through God. It is through Him that will make you whole and complete. He will strip some things out of your life, but you have to look to Him and say, what is it that you have to say about me? What is it that you have to say in this moment? Take your conversations back to Him, seek Him, and He will fulfill those desires, those areas in you. Take it back to Him. Ask Him, God, what is it that you have for me? Who am I in you? And I will say this, he will show you who you are in him. He will show you the unstoppable, invincible person that you are. The strong, valiant warrior you are. The beautiful, strong woman that you are. He will show you your true identity in him. Your identity in him will never be changed. Like, once you really seeing yourself for who he says you are, you're not going to want to go back. You will never want to go back. So anyways, take that 15 minutes out of your day, spend time with him, get to know him, and ask him, Lord, who am I in you? And just sit back and watch your life truly be transformed because you had asked him, Take care. God bless.